Floss Tube.
Hi, Floss Tube.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jane.
And we're the BosStitchers. Thanks for joining us. Today is the last day of March. So there's your warning, Jane. Don't get fooled tomorrow. This is episode 43. Welcome. If you're a new viewer, we hope you'll become a subscriber. And thanks to our returning friends.
And thank you to all our new subscribers. We've had quite a boon in last month.
Yeah,
So
that's been really
thank you very
nice.
much.
Yeah. Thanks in large part to our friends at Two Needles Pulling Thread, I think.
That's right.
Happy and Missy. We really appreciate that.
Yeah. So,
so
you'll have to excuse me.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a leftover cold. My niece, who's almost 2, I had her almost 2 weekends ago now.
Wow.
And she was getting a cold. And you mothers out there know that when kids are getting sick, they can be very, clingy and want to lay all over you. So
want to share those germs.
So that was my niece. She was, and of course I was eating it up. Because she was very cuddly,
Oh, Auntie Jane.
Yeah. And but she was, coughing.
That's what you got for that.
Oh my God, she was coughing and sneezing and snooting all over me. So. Yeah, so I ended up getting it.
Yeah, that's quite a while.
Yeah, I've had this for like 2 weeks. I mean, I feel better, but the first week I was miserable, so I didn't really stitch a lot last week, but getting better. But I may have a little frog.
Might have to step in for you.
Yeah,
fill in the blanks.
Right. Yeah. So
I got booster number 2 or shot number 4 yesterday.
Okay. How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. I slept a lot. I don't know if that was related to that or not, but so far so good. So
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
that's it for another few months, right?
yeah. We'll see what they'll come out with next.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, would you like to throw out the first stitch, Jane?
I would. Thank you. Okay, so I stitched really kind of a little bit on, a few projects. So hashtag Mill Hill Monday or hashtag Mill Hill Mondays. I'm working on my Mill Hill kit. And this is Tree Farm from the Buttons and Beads Christmas Village collection, and I'm going to stitch a number of these, and I'm stitching it on a 28 count mushroom Lugana, and here's where I am. So I didn't do a whole lot. Put in a post over here, started working on this, the kind of like the side of the building over here. So it's coming, little by little.
Jane, do those all come out in 1 year, or is it like a series that they add to periodically?
They add to this one's copyright 2006. I think this was the first one that came out, and then...
Quick math. What, do you have about 15 more to do?
Yep. That's why you're the accountant. Something like that. Yeah.
They look great,
I'm not doing all of them.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot, so...
That's really going to look cute, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then... We had some snow.
We did. I couldn't believe it. The other morning, I looked out the window and I could see it on like rooftops. Yeah. Just a dusting.
Yeah.
But that was enough to be official.
Right. It was somewhere between.
I think actually it was. Did you hear that there was record low temperatures this week? Like in Boston and Worcester and maybe Providence or something.
It was cold. It was really cold. Yeah.
It's been cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it
cold
was somewhere
in here.
Between...
Someone ought to turn up the heat.
Yeah, it was somewhere between like a few flakes and flurries. So it was, you know, but it counted.
It was
so
snow.
I broke out button up, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count white Lugana.
Do you need a whiteboard for that?
I don't think so. That might be all right. So here it is, and I am working on this block right here, and so I finished a lot of the elements, and then the rest will be just white fill-in down here. And the other thing I did this week is up in this corner, it says button up to the chin till May comes in, and then it says winter down at the bottom. And in our neck of the woods, we don't really need to button up to the chin till May.
Thank God.
Yeah, so I'm changing it into button up to the chin till spring comes in, and I did rechart that this week, so I'll be ready to go with that. And I think I'm gonna, I really love working on this.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
such
it's,
a fun one.
It is really fun.
Those Prairie Schoolers.
I think I'm going to probably not keep this as a snow project, but probably
so
finish
close,
it before.
You can taste it,
yeah,
you know?
I know. So finish it before next winter. Unless we have one, unless we have a couple more snow days.
Yeah, you never
a few years
know.
ago, remember that big huge snowstorm?
Yeah, that was something.
And then I worked a little bit on temperature butterflies, and this is a chart by Stitchin Mommy, and it is that every butterfly represents 1 month of the year, and each section in the butterfly represents for me the high temperature of the day, and then that is coordinated with flosses. So I have fallen behind on this, and I just wanted to start outlining some of the butterflies, because once those are done, I can fill them in pretty quickly. So I have a few more left to do in February, so that won't take long. And then I did finish the outline for all of March.
That's good. You're good to go then.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I have to do every single day in March. But,
and it is 31, as I recall.
Right, yeah. And I'm going to do these 3 across 4 down. So I started on the April butterfly too. Just to, I don't know, just to get that going.
Yeah.
Make me feel a little bit better. This is being stitched on a 28 count Lugana. It's called Glacier by Picture This Plus, and that's pretty true right there.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I was worried about the blues showing up on it, but
yeah, they do.
I think it's because it's all
outline.
really outlined.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to finish this, but just didn't. This is Cedar Hill.
Very close.
Barnyard Sampler. And I have finished all of the alphabet and most of the big chicken. This is not so wrinkled. I'm terrible. Terrible person. I have a little bit of the beak to do on the big chicken, and I've started to put in, there are 5 little chicks, so I started to put that in, and on the bottom there are numbers, so I started to put those in too. I mean, this really shouldn't take me that much longer, so that I'm gonna work on.
Your little niece is gonna love that. Learning the letters and the numbers. Yeah.
Let's see. This is a 32 count Belfast linen. This is and it's flax, so just a light brown.
Nice.
And then
It's March.
It's March, yes. So for March, I was going to stitch every day on the March Sisters, which is Little Women, a chart by Michael Jolly. And I really wanted to stitch on this every day in March, but I really did not feel well last week, so didn't get a lot done.
That's not an easy one to pick up.
No. Right, yeah. There's a lot of confetti in this. But I did do a little stitching on it, so I did some of, this is Joe's dress, and this is Amy's dress. Yeah, that's Amy's dress there, so, yeah. So just a little bit, but I'll keep working on that.
Not wait until next March for that one.
No, definitely not. I'm doing this on a 32 count Belfast linen. It's Dusty Rose by Seraphim. And that actually looks pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I have had some inquiries about giving the chart away after I'm done. And I don't see myself giving it away because I've waited so long to get it, but I will lend it out. And our friend Amy, Gable Stitcher, has asked for it when I'm done. So
Amy will have that done in a week anyway, right?
I know. Yeah. I should just give it to her now, and she can give it back to me, right, Amy? But yeah, so I'll be lending it to Amy when I'm done. So. And that's about all I did.
Oh,
what
all
do you
right.
got?
Well, I got a few little things.
All right.
So, I don't think I had started this yet. I can't even remember if maybe I had got the pattern in the fabric, so I maybe showed this as haul. I can't even remember that, or if I was waiting for it. But this will certainly be familiar to everyone. It's the Prairie Schooler Santa 2022 with the controversial neon lights. And I asked people's opinion on Instagram, what they thought. Should it be in the neon, or should it be non-neon, I guess? And a number of people responded, and it was pretty heavily non-neon.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what my
unusual.
Yeah, I don't know what my part of me thinks it's so Prairie School like, but the other thing, it's kind of like with the blackbird, like if they tell you those are the colors, you feel like those should be the right colors. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was happy I got all the red done on this. So that's a good chunk of that done.
That looks great.
Part of my motivation for that was Jane reminded me last time about in our Facebook group, No New Starts 22, and we are in the subgroup 22 for 22, and they have these different contests, I guess you'd say, that you can participate in, and this year it's on the theme of the zodiac. So this month, I guess, is
the Chinese
calendar. Yes, I should have been clear about that. So it's rabbit, and they have like lucky colors, lucky numbers,
flower, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and red is one of the colors. So you have to post your starting, which of course was 0 for me, and where you get. So here's my entry that I'm putting into that one.
Very
so
nice.
That's fun. And I think I was saying before, this is my third Prairie Schooler Santa. First one I did on, I believe, 32 count lamb's wool linen, which I really loved that. And then last time I used a lovely coloring cotton piece that I got in the Fabric of the Month Club, but in the end I didn't love the color distinction on it, which was certainly not coloring cotton's fault. But so I decided to go with the called for 18 count Putty Khaki, I'm going to say Davos. And I'm now kind of thinking that if I like the way that this comes out, which I think I will, I might do all of them in this, because kind of like your idea with the 28 count mushroom Lugana on the Mill Hill. If I want to keep them for a set, maybe I'd like them to be consistent. So
Let's see that controversial color. Do you
oh
have it in?
yes, I do.
And what is it? Is it
It's
a DMC
neon
or?
yellow. Yeah, DMC. They're called E. So it's
Okay.
E980.
Wow.
It is neon.
Wow.
It's as bright as it's looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. If I don't use it on this, I'm not sure what I'll use it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I'd get it. You know, as someone said, I might try doing some in this and some in another one and see what I come out liking.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Thank you. My next whip is, we had talked before about our version of Whipco, which is called Boss Me, and was developed by and in collaboration with our friends Kathy and Missy at Two Needles Pulling Thread. And this was one of my selections for March. And this is Hinzeit's Last Stitch Cemetery. So I was happy this one was called because I hadn't touched this since the fall. And back then I only had part of cemetery lettering done. And I don't know how well you can see that or not, but there's actually shadow lettering. So it's the black and then it's a tannish color there for the shadow. So I hadn't done any of that. So as you can see, I finished all the lettering. So I'm happy to get that done. I do admit, I did feel like this was a bit of a slog when I was working on it. And
It looks pretty though.
yeah, it is. It is neat. I've said this before, but this has caught my eye from day one. It's hanging up at our local needlework shop, The World in Stitches.
You can really get that, but those letters are really cool.
It is pretty
It's a
cool.
really nice effect.
Yeah. So I'm happy to get progress on it. I decided that, and that's on Coloring Cotton 32, I always have to think how do you say this?
Balmoral.
Yeah. I have to think back to the Crown, what they called that place. 32 count Belfast linen. Coloring Cotton. I think that must have been
So why was it such a slog?
Well, you know, I realized that I think for me it's like I really love color.
Oh.
So I think these are all, you know, pretty drab colors in there.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. But
Yeah.
once I kind of reached that mark where I wanted to be on that,
Well, it obviously caught your eye at the shop.
Oh,
so,
yeah. And it has like adorable little charms. You know, Hinzeit always does that. So yeah, once I got to that point that I felt good about with it, I switched to Prairie School Santa. So that gave me color.
Yeah.
So this was a purchase, a new start, everything all in one. This is Prim Village by Lori Holt, excuse me, and it's available through Fat Quarter Shop. And I have just eyed this for a long time. It's a lot of stitching. It
looks like a lot of stitching.
As far as in the nomenclature, I guess, of the No New Starts group, it's a medium. It falls in the 100 to 150 stitches. But it is
Solid
right up there.
stitching,
It's 147 times 149.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stitching.
And it's pretty solid, too.
Yeah. And Fat Quarter Shop is the distributor for Aurifil thread. And I would have loved to do it in that. But
Who's the distributor for that?
Fat Quarter Shop.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, yeah. That was a $90 pack that went with that. So I am doing it in DMC, and this is all I've got. But I'll show you what my goal is. My goal, by the way, was to get this done by this little part I'll tell you about by today, the end of March.
Yeah.
And as is not quite happened yet.
It's not the end of March yet.
No, you're right.
You haven't till
I
midnight.
stitched till midnight, maybe. So I think I'm going to have to go over a little bit. But this corner where I'm starting, as you can see, is a blue house. And I just mentioned 22 and 22 on Facebook. They're the challenge for rabbit for this month. And the other lucky color is blue.
Okay.
So that's my motivation. I definitely want to get that one corner house, fill that in, and get that entry in.
Yeah. What fabric are you stitching it on?
Oh, that's a very good question. I am using it. They came with 2 suggested fabrics, and one of them. Oops, sorry for that. One of them is 25 count Oatmeal Ada. This is, I think, part of Lori Holt's line, and it's 2/2. So it is quite large stitching. And initially I was thinking, I don't know that I'm gonna like that, but I'll give it a try. And somehow it seemed to me like I wasn't going to like the end product if I did it 2 or 1/1. That would have been about, I think, 6 inches times something. I thought, I don't know if I like that. So I think I'm going to be okay with it. I mean, it's going to be big, but I mean, this is, I think the coverage is going to be okay on it. They suggested you do it on the marled side of the fabric, so I'm going with that. And I'll see how it is. I don't have that much in, obviously. If I decide, ooh, this does not look like I'd like it to, I could take it out.
This might be nice if you do it as a wall hanging.
Yeah.
You know, instead of framing it.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
Yeah. Janet, what do you think? Because I'm not going to be finishing it that way, but keep going with those good suggestions. But yeah, if Janet could, that's a thought. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's it for me for whips. And
what do you got for finishes?
Finishes for me. How about you?
No.
But you know what? We saw our finisher this weekend, and we both passed off a number of projects. Janet's going to be really busy. So the future holds FFOs for both of us.
Right.
Yeah. We're excited to see those.
Yeah.
No pressure, Janet.
All right. On to our giveaway.
Oh, exciting.
So let's see if I have that actually.
Let's see if we remember what that giveaway was.
So I heard so last time we had 5 giveaways, and I did hear from 3 of our 5 viewers. 2 I have not heard from, Ocean Girl and Teresa Smith. You guys are winners. We did comment on your comment in our last video, so please get back to us if we don't hear from you by the time we film next. Then we'll just pick 2 new winners. But our giveaway for last time was a little bit of a summer theme, and we're giving away the August snapshot and 2 from the Fragments in Time series, number 1 and number 2 as a package, and Susan Barnes won.
Congratulations, Susan.
Yeah, so we will comment on your comment, and if you could just send us your address, I will get those in the mail. So I guess that brings us to haul.
I don't have much, so you want me to go ahead?
Sure.
All right. We were on the Prairie Schooler theme. Actually forgot to show this last time because I had, well, I should say I picked it up, but more correctly, Jane located this for me in all her organizing at the World in Stitches. She always uncovers many hidden treasures there. And she found these 4 Santas for me, and they are rather vintage. They go from 1988 to 1991. And I especially...
I don't know why I gave that to you. That's cute.
Oh, all right. I'll share it. I'll whip these up in no time, Jane. And I don't know what year it is. This is 1990, with the little animals surrounding Santa there.
Oh, cute.
That's my favorite one.
This one, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one? Yeah.
yeah. And that one
I
next
love
to him
that.
kind of cute too with the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some sort of dated features on some of them, I'd say, that code on Santa me. I don't think I'll be duplicating. But, you know, it's, and they're all the same size as they are now. Take basically the same color palette. And,
Yeah, nice.
yeah. So I'll look forward to doing that. And then the only other item I have is, and Jane had purchased this as well, Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, and Diana from It Is Kismet did a collaboration to come up with a pattern which is posted on Julie's Gumroad account, Hemlock and Rye, and the proceeds of this are going to a Ukrainian family in need that Diana is familiar with. And it's called their Vigil Keep. And again, all the proceeds are going for this. And usually Julie makes available her patents for whatever people want to pay on Gumroad. But because this is for a cause, it's a $5 minimum contribution. And it's really a lovely pattern. And in it, they've incorporated many Ukrainian symbols, nightingale. And I couldn't tell you what those berries are, but they are particular to the Ukraine. The house is a typical traditional Ukrainian cottage. The colors...
With the bunting.
Yes, yeah. The colors of the bunting, that is not traditional to homes, but to get those Ukrainian colors in there. So I'm really going
Great
to
job, Julie.
doing
This is an awesome pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And most importantly, Jane and I just discovered on Diana's Instagram that this is ending on Friday, April 1st. The day that we hope to have this up and posted. Rush to Gumroad. And I don't know if after that point, if maybe they are still accepting donations for this family. But anyway.
Definitely a worthwhile
cause.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. All right. I got a couple of things. So, I also bought the Hemlock and Rye chart, which I love. And I also got another Mill Hill Button and Beads Christmas Village kit, and this is called Cobbler.
I said to Jane, try to find one of them.
Yeah. So, in answer to your question, this is copyright 2018.
Oh, okay. Oh, you moved right ahead then.
Yeah. So
that's a really cute one.
Yeah, so I'll add that to my collection.
Yes.
And then our friend Linda, that we see at the World in Stitches, is doing the 12 Days of Christmas Stocking Ornament Club from Annie B's Folk Art, and you can get this through Crazy Annie's stitching.
You did her sled club last year, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Linda was showing us this, and before we even left the shop, Kristen, who also comes to the shop, and I had already purchased, had already joined the club, and
Ooh, it comes with the lady dog trim,
purchased
too?
the trim and purchased the beads. So that's a separate. It's a
Oh,
separate thing.
separate club you're in.
But no. So you can purchase this packet, like a finishing packet, specifically for these. So this is
cute.
obviously day one, partridge in a pear tree, and 2 turtle doves, and the 3 French hens. And that's all I've gotten so far. I think I'll do them on the black.
Yeah, they seem to stand out well on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wondering if I will ask my finisher to make them into stockings, real stockings, because these aren't stockings. These are just like flat.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe we can make these into real stockings. So anyway, but yeah, thanks Linda for helping me spend my money. And then I found this whole bag of JBW charts that already had like fabric like picked out for them. So
You couldn't leave those behind.
I just told Randy, I'll just
Wrap it up.
I'll just take the whole thing. So I don't know if I'll actually use the fabric that they've chosen for it, but it's there. So first one here is Jolly Old Saint Nick, and it comes with Jolly Old Saint Nick, but it also comes with this little pattern here where you can put a little carrot. It's got see that little carrot? It's got a
isn't that cute?
little carrot holder.
Yeah.
And then I
Can't leave
got
Rudolph
the French Country number 2, and this is the lamb. And a Very Merry Christmas. This is Sampler Tree 3. And the French Country Mitten. The French Country Bunny, which I think is really cute. Christmas Motif Sampler number 2. French Country Love. Holiday Ornamentals.
Judy does a lot of series, doesn't she?
Yeah. And finally, Alphabet Wreath. So, we all talk about being collectors. So
that was quite a take.
Adding those to my JBW
and that did
chart
those
collection.
Along with it too?
So there were just a few, there were a couple of extra random
I like that gingham.
fabrics in here. Yeah. So, find something. Maybe the French Country something on that, right? And then there was a green and a white and another, like an oatmeal color.
Right.
So, and then the last thing.
I'll get the board for that.
Okay. Last thing is, these really are new. If you watched last time, I thought I had new Gentle Arts flosses, but I did not. But these really are new, and these are some M's, N's, and O's and P's. So
moving right ahead then.
yeah. So, all right. So this is moss. Let's see if we can
Aptly named.
Pull that up a little bit.
All right.
There we go. And then Moonlit Path. That's a pretty one.
Yeah.
This is Mint Jubilee. So kind of a light green and gray. Nutmeg.
Pretty tan.
This is Ohio Lemon Pie. And maybe you people from Ohio can tell us if
That's accurate.
I mean, is that
Yeah.
well? What is Ohio lemon pie? Is Ohio lemon pie different than Boston lemon pie?
I don't know. Well, I guess it's different than Boston cream pie.
Well, definitely, but.
Well, I don't know. I'm willing to go to Ohio and find out.
This is Old Covered Bridge. And this is Old Purple Paint. Peach Ice Cream.
No, it's not very peachy looking to me.
No, it's got a tiny bit in there. Tiny bit of variegated peach color, very light. Pebble. And the last is Parchment.
Well, that's a good,
good
basic
neutral
color to have around.
Yeah. So.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Good selection.
And then you had a public service announcement.
I do. Excuse me. I don't know if anyone antsy like me has been waiting for their spring issue of, I always have to look at those, Primitive Needle,
Punch
Needle and Primitive Stitch
Stitcher
magazine. I think I saw somebody showing it, and I thought, oh, this is spring. We're into it for a while now. And usually it seems to me that those kind of come like right before the start of a season, and I hadn't got it. So I emailed them and said, should it have come by now? And I had a very quick response from Deb. And she said that they have had some issues with the printer. The printer apparently had a bit of a paper shortage problem and a kind of a supply issue, it sounded like, and as well as staff shortage. So she is very much hoping that it will be mailed hopefully tomorrow, and if not, by Monday at the latest. So we can all keep our eyes peeled in our mailboxes, and hopefully those will be coming soon.
Yeah. Okay. Plans? What are you gonna do for?
Yeah, well, we Kathy pulled our Boss Me selections, and isn't that awful? I forget now what one of mine was, but I know what the one I'm gonna do.
I gotta work on my previous one.
Yeah,
before I move on to the.
Yeah. But I was really happy that Good Marriage was picked. That is one that I planned doing for my husband and my 30th anniversary this year. Then when my daughter got engaged, I kind of thought, well, maybe that's where it will go. But anyway, I have a couple of different places for it to be, but I would really like to get that going. So I'm going to have 7 days on that. And isn't that awful that I know? Well, you talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm going to pull that up, what mine is.
Mine was to work on Early Americans, finish a house on Samhain and Salem.
Oh, good, Jane. These are all projects I want to see from you. So,
but like I said, I have to finish the other ones. So I haven't even. I'm so far behind.
I know what mine other ones were. Well, I guess because I'm reading it, but but Beach Bounty, which is
that's a good one.
Big one. That's a Stony Creek. And I think I'd done a little bit over the necessary 200 or whatever to post something on 22 and 22, but not much over it. So yeah, I would like to get a dent in that. And my other two selections was a project that needs love.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I've got a couple of candidates for that on my 22 list. You know, the kind of things you avoid, and like in one case I have very little to finish up on it, so I'll see. And my other is to do 5 acts of random kindness. So I guess I might be able to do that. I mean, it's only 5 for the whole month, right? I think I might be able to double up one day.
So have you been keeping up with all the numbers that have been pulled?
Not 100%. For the most part, I had, but like in February, I had to clean the craft room. Oh yeah, and, you know, that didn't work. So I did Prairie Schooler for that. Oh, I know what the other one I had in February was to work on a non-cross stitch project. And although I have many candidates for that, I'm really liking making my way through this. So I just kind of put more time into the pulled choices for that.
Yep.
So
good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to keep working on the Boss Me things that have been pulled, and I really want to finish. I think I've finally finished like the 5 that were pulled the first time.
Well, 5. That was a lot.
Oh God. And I think and the free space.
Yeah.
So
we've discussed that last time. So yeah. And we have some exciting plans this weekend.
We do, yeah, right.
Jane and I are heading to a sort of our number 2 LNS, which is Stitch New England. Pam of Stitching in the Land of Good Enough is the owner of that, and
it's in North Attleboro.
Yeah, we were happy to make a trip there in January on what had to be the coldest day of the year.
It was brutal.
It was frigid that day.
Brutal. Yeah.
So we're going back for a stitch day on Saturday. We're gonna look forward to seeing Pam, and I know Tracy of OG Stitchery is planning on going, and don't know who else, but we'll look forward to seeing them.
Yeah, I'm not taking care of my niece because the little petri dish is in Florida.
She's feeling just fine.
She's fine. So so that'll be a fun day.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And so just keep stitching on the Boss Me stuff and try to do some of the challenges in the No New Starts group.
Yeah.
That's
Keep
it.
you busy.
Yeah, keep me off the streets.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we'll be back in a couple of weeks, probably right before Easter, you think?
Yeah. Right, yeah. So maybe, today's Thursday, maybe 14th, we'll do the 14th or maybe that next weekend or sometime around there. But we won't be gone too long.
No. So in the meantime.
In the meantime.
Keep stitching. Stay well.
Stitch faster. And we'll talk to you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.